This is Mark again with Isaiah Industries, and I would like to show you how we install our sidewall flashing against a wall, and the details as it applies to the drip edge and when you come to a corner. So first thing I want to do here is note that I've got about 2 inches from my corner to the edge of the drip edge. And recall that we want to come about another 1/2 inch beyond the drip edge with the water return leg of the sidewall flashing. So I take a sliding T-bevel and I'm going to find out the angle of the wall. I'm going to come back 2.5 inches and I'm going to take the T-bevel and I'm going to trace that angle. Then I want to make a tab that is going to wrap down over this exposed edge of metal. I want the painted side to come back down and cover that up. I'm going to take a combination square and I'm going to draw a line right from here straight up. And then you'll notice that the distance from here to the top of this ledge is just about the thickness of my ruler here, so I can come and use that. This will be a bend line, and then I want to form a little tab to come underneath, so I'm going to go about half the distance and that'll be a cut line. So I'm going to cut here, bend here, and then remember that this is the corner of the building. I'm going to come out from that, another inch or so, and I'm going to make myself a tab. I'm going to cut there, cut this all the way down to there. I take my hand flangers, come down to my bend line. I'm going to bend this at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to bend that like that. And what I've accomplished, again, is to cover this exposed metal with painted metal. 90 degrees, and perhaps just for a little added flair, I'm going to make this approximately the mirror angle of this. Notice we have a 1/2 inch down here at the bottom. Attach the sidewall underneath the siding all the way up, and then I'm going to attach the water return channel to the deck with nail clips every 12 inches. When it comes to putting our sidewall flashing into a masonry sidewall, it is best to be able to cut a kerf or a riblet about a 1/2 inch deep. Our sidewall flashing is standardized at a 7.5 inch tall sidewall height, and that is so that we can use a 2x6 as a guide. Of course, we have 5.5 inches here off of the deck, and we have another 1.5 inches from the shoe of the circular saw to the blade. So the 5.5 plus the 1.5 equals 7. Our sidewall height is 7.5. That leaves a 1/2 inch to go back into the kerf. Once you have the 2x6 in place, you can simply put your circular saw with a masonry blade on top of the 2x6, using it as a guide, and that will give you a nice straight line going up the roof deck at 7 inches off of the deck. Here I have a sidewall piece that has already been bent and cut and folded as the previous sidewall piece that we looked at. So this distance is 7 inches again. This is a 1/2 inch. I used my steel ruler to make this tab. I've got this piece left here to fold down over the side and then to wrap around the back. Take my flangers, embed the tab at 90 degrees. Again, my water return channel is going to be a 1/2 inch, should be a 1/2 inch over the drip edge. It's important to note that we have taken the underlayment, or here the ice and water shield, and ran it about 4 inches up the side of the wall. Same thing with the synthetic underlayment, we brought it up over the wall. Before I put the sidewall flashing up into the kerf, I'm going to take my gun with sealant in it, and I'm going to run a bead of sealant into the kerf. Then I'm going to take my sidewall flashing, put it in place, and that top lip should seat real nicely into that kerf and into the sealant that is already in it. And it's probably not a bad idea at all then to come back again and run another bead of sealant right on the top. And that should provide a very watertight seal. Again, we're going to go up the roof deck, putting clips on the return hem of the water return channel every foot.